Hello everyone and welcome back to the Icarus operations. This is part 3 of the series so far. Quick recap on what's happened before. We've slowly constructed a small base, converted it to, upgraded it to stone to defend it from the elements. We've also had a little go at the operations board where we've completed a few missions on there, and we've been doing some simple missions in between here and there. The primary objective of the series is to work our way through the operations board. We've only done a couple of missions so far, but I plan to try and hit a lot more in the next coming episodes to try and get a big chunk taken out of this operations tree. As it stands, the series so far has basically been a few missions and a little bit of base building, with the odd hint or tip thrown here and there. I mentioned this in the previous video, but if there's anything that you guys would like to see that's something I'm not covering, or there's just anything you feel like I could try and cover, drop it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Anyway, let's get stuck into this episode. Before I head out on any missions today, I'm going to start to craft a few bits and pieces for the living area, because I wanted to get the coziness level up and just make it a little more, just look a little bit better than it does. It's a very empty open space at the moment with a few cupboards in. As I mentioned before, getting the coziness level up is good for base health and stamina, and you get a quicker regen as well. So it's always good to have that sleep buff before you head out on a mission, especially if it's a tough mission where you've got to battle or fight anything. As you can see, I'm still not very organised here. I've got crates everywhere, which I do want to get rid of. I realised as well that somewhere along the way I've got my mount Big Ben Benedict. There's also another mount that's appeared out of nowhere. I don't even remember getting one to follow me, but it just keeps on setting up camp in the middle of the room there. I mean, I've tamed it, but I have no use for him at the moment, so I'll just leave him to roam the area, defend the base. I will admit, I have thought about putting him down just to take his bones and meat, but I couldn't do that. Not yet, anyway. So yeah, a few cupboards to stick in. I want to get maybe a little rug down, bedside tables, and then we'll stick some stuff on the wall as well, just to, you know, give it a little bit of character. I also plan on either building another extension or upgrading what I've got to the concrete. We've been mixing lots of the cement up, so we should be able to craft the concrete flooring, walls, foundations whenever we want now. It's just trying to decide whether I want to extend or just upgrade the pieces I've got. I'm thinking extend, because then I can just move stuff into the area rather than work around it all, and then I can rearrange it to how I want it to end up, if that makes sense. But yeah, still got plenty of tech points to use up as well, so I'm just trying to decide what do I do. I think that you will get enough points to unlock everything in the tech tree. It's just what do you want and when, and that's the hardest decision for me, because I never know what I want, and then I'll run out of tech points and I will have nothing that I need. So I try to keep a few by, just in case. I've still got to build up a sort of farming area. Haven't even thought about that yet. And the same with the kitchen area as well. I need to do something to make up good food that gives me good buffs. Because at the moment I'm just eating cooked meat, and then any berries or veg that I pick out and about, I don't really make anything up. And I should take advantage of that, but that'll be a bit later on when it's more needed the buffs are more needed for the missions. But yeah, slowly work my way through it. Maybe make some armour up. Currently rocking the bone armour, which, to be honest, I don't really know if it does a lot. It says it's got some extra bonuses when you wear the full set, but might switch that up for some leather. So yeah, the bone armor, it does give you an extra 20%, an extra 15% melee damage and 20% melee resistance, which is not too bad, but it doesn't protect from any weather or adverse temperature. So it might be worth me upgrading that, especially when we get further into the operations board. I've seen that you do have to go into the other biomes, the colder and the warmer areas, so it will be good to kit myself up with armor that can cover me in different areas. And there we go, lovely leather armor, looking good. The other thing I need to do before I head out on another mission or another operation is to craft myself lots of shotgun ammo and get the shotgun in. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be caught during a mission getting attacked by multiple animals and not being able to take them out quickly. I think the shotgun would probably be the best option. The bow and arrow's okay, but like I've got two single shot. I've got a single shot rifle and a single shot pistol, which are very just slow to reload. So you get the kill, you have to reload. So if there's more than one enemy, you're gonna get hit or you're gonna get attacked. And the shotgun will hopefully dispatch the threat a lot quicker. Okay, to warm us up for a fresh new day, we're going to go for one of the simple missions. I've done one of these before, Lost, where you got to find like an abandoned base, and then you stick a radar in it. And whilst the radar's in there, you've got to repair the building. But whilst it's being repaired, it gets attacked by wild animals because the radar's going off, so you've got to fight off the wild animals as well. Fairly easy, fairly straightforward. So you head out, grab the radar from the drop site. Once you've got that, take it to the damaged base. It's always a thatch base as well, which has been absolutely battered by wind and storms by the looks of things. In my case, I forgot to bring a hammer, so I'm going to have to make one. Fairly easy there, a bit of stone, a bit of wood, or a bit of sticks I think, maybe a bit of fibre. Craft that up, and then just start to repair the base. As soon as you start to repair it, though, it will get attacked, and you need to stick the radar inside the building whilst you do it. But I tend to repair it all, then put the radar in afterwards. These are very easy missions. You get your pay out, the dropship that gives you your rewards. But also inside there's usually a couple of crates or a crafting table or something like that, and they sometimes have something in there that can be of use. So always take them with you at the end of the mission. And you could deconstruct the whole base if you wanted to. I mean, I'll leave the thatch building up because it's all basic materials. If it was a concrete building, it'd be a bit different. I'd take everything. So yeah, we'll clear this out and then get back to base and start one of the operations. Okay, straight back, no messing, let's get into the operations.
The Assembly are expanding their footprint on Icarus and looking for experienced people. The Assembly came up fast, and they're doing the same on Icarus. But they don't trust anyone. They're paying the contract, but the clock, that belongs to Icarus. So check your objectives and get going, because they'll be spinning their wheels till you do. Stay safe, friend.
Okay, so it looks like we've got to head off to this crash site just down, well, quite far down the map. Let's get over there and see what's going on. Okay, so that was a few minutes of running across the map there, but we've made it. Okay, so the mission log says to repair the dropship, repair the gyroscope, replace the thruster and fuel the ship. But I've got to find the thruster somewhere nearby. We've got the damaged gyroscope here, which says it's beyond repair. And there's also the biofuel container, which is empty. So I need to take that with me, fill that up, and obviously repair the gyroscope or create a new one. So I'm guessing I'll have to take all the way back home to the crafting bench or machining bench or something. On the way back though, it does say to stop off just here, up this hill, there should be another bit of the wreckage, so there should be something there for me to grab. I think it says a thruster to take with me. But there looks like there's something there guarding it, so we'll drop the mount off and let's go up and kill this quickly. Test out this shotgun. Lovely. So not bad on a wolf. What we got here? Bit tougher. Run away now though, won't you? That not even hurt. Try it. Looks like it's re-healed itself. Oh no. Reload, reload. Quick, quick, quick. Oh. Okay, a lot tougher than I expected, but had I have shown up without the shotgun, I would have had to make a run for it. Okay, so there's the other part of the downed ship, the other wreckage. Let's see what we got here. So that must be the thruster. Perfect, we'll take that. And then head on back to base, fill up our biofuel can and fix up the gyroscope. I don't actually know how to fix this gyroscope, so I'm gonna have to have a look at that now. Okay, on the way back to base, I did spot a small cave near to where I just picked up where the second bit of wreckage was, just underneath there, so I thought it would be rude not to make use of the space I still have in my backpack, so I cleared out a small cave of ores, or bring that back, get it all on the furnaces and get it all smelted. Okay, so I need to get some biofuel into this container, which I do not have right now, so I need to build a biofuel composter. I need to work out what parts I need for this, get that down, and then I need to actually create some biofuel. This could take some time. Okay, so that's the biofuel composter built. How to make biofuel. So there's lots of different ways here. Just need to work out what I've got available to make this. I've stuck the empty can in there. It says it can use spoiled meat and plants. Tree sap looks like another one. Sticks, fibre, yeah. Anything like that. So we can chuck all that in there and hope it works. Okay, still nothing. Let's go with the tree sap. There we go, it looks like it's going for it. Wonder how long this is going to take. Okay, so that's hardly anything. I'm guessing I need to fill this tank as well. Definitely going to take some time. And I've still got to work out how to fix the gyroscope. Okay, so managed to fill up the fuel can with biofuel. I've taken everything back with me to the dropship. I still didn't know how to fix the gyroscope, so I kind of went out here hoping I'd missed something here, but I put the bits in and yeah, nothing else happened, so it's still waiting for a fixed gyroscope. I really don't know how to fix it. The only other option is maybe it's in the crafting bench somewhere. It's something you don't unlock, it just appears on there, so that's... Wow, got to head all the way back now to have a look at that. Okay, so more running back to the base. I thought I'll have another look at this gyroscope, and it appears I've misread that. I read it as damaged gyroscope beyond repair, but it actually says that it's almost beyond repair, so my bad. And guess what I found on the machining bench was the blueprint to make it. So yeah, I've wasted all that time running backwards and forwards, and I had it on the bench all the time. So let's get back over, plug it in, see what happens. Okay, so that was tiring, but we got there in the end. What now? Okay, so it's doing a reboot. I need to stay in the area, which is Not going to help. It's got health, so it's obviously going to get attacked by something. Let's have a look. Hopefully nice and easy for me. But we've got the shotgun now, so it should be fairly straightforward. We've got wolves. Nice and easy.
That's everything. You did it, and lived to tell the tale. Which is more than a lot of folk can say. Because they're dead. The Assembly are going to appreciate this, and pay well.
Okay, so we got there in the end. I definitely made that a lot harder than it needed to be, with not knowing what to do with the gyroscope, but once we got it in, it was just defend the drop shit against a lot of wolves, 2 bears. So yeah, it was very easy really, especially with the shotgun now. I'm just going to clear up, take as much of this back as I can carry, and then head on back to the base. Once we do get back to base, I'm just going to probably get kitted up and head on out on another mission. There will be bits in between where I am upgrading the base and so on, but I will not be adding that into this video. We will see that on the next video. So it may just look like we are mission to mission, but there are things going on in the background which I will update you all on in future episodes. But for this episode, as I promised in the last one, I will try and cover more missions than anything else. So any of my eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed something there in the background. It was a small extension on the building there, but we'll cover that next time. Not for today. So simple mission, it's basically a mining one. Grab some of the ore delivered to the pod. I'll do a couple of these now. I'll quickly whiz through them because they're very straightforward, and I've got all the ore in my containment, in my storage, so I can just throw that straight in. And it's, yeah, it's an easy one, easy experience points, and then you get a little reward as well, so why not do it? Straight after completing the 2 mining ones, I had to go at the crazed creature simple mission. Basically, go out, find the animal that's going absolutely crazy out in the wild, and then yeah, put it down basically. I did a couple of those as well, which I made a meal out of because they were a bit tougher than I expected. I thought they were just going to be a one-shot kill, but they were a little bit tougher. But you know, got them done without dying, and get a few rewards and a bit of XP out of it. Okay, so after a few of the simple missions, we're going to get back into the operations, I think. I want to try and clear this first section of the board here. There's only a few to go, and then we can open up the rest of the board. This first one here...
They need boots on the ground to do the work that no one else will.
Looks like we've got to mine a lot of ore and then drop it off to a delivery pod.
is in that crate.
Looking at the map, it looks like we're going to have to head on down here. This area. Got to collect something from a box, and then we're going to head out and mine for the ores that they want. So let's get on over there. Okay, so what do we have in this box? We have got backpack, Shenjong, 2 pickaxes, some vaccine and a backpack. Lovely. That's some good little bit of kit there to get us going. Hopefully I'll get to keep them after the mission's complete. Okay, I'm going to head over to the next area and see exactly what I need to do to complete this mission. I'm guessing I'm mining a lot of ore and then sending it up to the station. Okay, so we are in the area it sent me to. Okay, let's have a look, see what's going on. Okay, so it wants me to mine ores from the surface, stone, sulfur, silica, so they'll be outside of mines. And then stuff inside, in caves, sorry. And then the stuff in the caves, iron, copper, gold, platinum, titanium, and aluminium. It's quite a fair bit as well, so I have to get stuck in and get these done. But I know there's 2 caves just nearby here, which could probably get a fair amount of it for it. So I have to get stuck in and see what we can do.
Right. I think they'll be happy with that.
So after a nice long day of mining a silly amount of ore, we finally managed to send that up, and we are now done with that mission. I've got to say, the last 2 missions we've done have been quite tedious, backwards and forwards, but I mean, you gain a lot of XP whilst doing it, so it's not the end of the world, but hopefully as we go on they're going to get a little bit more action involved. On a plus side though, I did get to keep the 2 pickaxes, the backpack and the antibiotic injection thing I've got, so not too bad. I'm just going to clear out the rest of the ore that I didn't pick up during that mission and then head on back to base, get it all in stock, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so back at the base, and I want to show you the new deterrent I put up. So it's a biofuel deterrent. You basically stick it in the ground, fill up a biofuel can, stick that in, and it covers a pretty big radius around the area it's planted, and it stops anything coming in. It's absolutely brilliant. Stopped all that trouble I've had with all the wolves coming to attack my mounts anyway. So back in the house, the bedroom area is slightly upgraded since the last time you saw it, but we will go into that more in the next episode. But I think we need to have a sleep and prepare for our next operation.
The assembly are new to Icarus, but if their track record's anything to go by, they'll be running the place soon enough. If you're looking for some quick cash, this could be the one. Looks simple enough, but then again, it always does. You should know how to pick 'em by now.
Okay, let's give this one a go.
The assembly came up fast, and they're doing the same on Icarus. But they don't trust anyone. They're paying the contract, but the clock, that belongs to Icarus. So check your objectives and get going, because they'll be spinning their wheels till you do. Stay safe, friend.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to travel up to that build location. I'm guessing we've got to build some sort of base for visitors. I'm just going to get topped up and then head on up.
So this is the spot. They got their reasons. Let's get started.
Right, okay. So I'm in the area. I've now got to construct and furnish a rustic cabin and then craft and deploy a decorations bench. Fairly straightforward. I don't really know how big it's got to be though, so we'll just build a 2x2 to start with and see how that goes. Or a 3x2 maybe. See how it goes. Okay, I've just realised now that the list of stuff I need is quite big and it doesn't look like I've got the materials to craft it all on me. So the best option for me, because you need a lot of iron in this, is to head on back and start to craft everything back at the base where I've got all of the materials I need. But first, I'm just going to quickly extend this because I know that I definitely am not going to fit all of that into this 2x2. Okay, so my original plan of 2x2 was way off. We've had to extend the building quite a bit as we need to squeeze in a fair amount of items for the mission to be completed. So I've extended the building, and apart from the small building, my other My other idea was to just pile everything up in here and just, you know, it would all be in there, it's done. But that's just not going to work. So now I've decided to take a little bit of pride in my work and rearrange it a little bit better to make it look a little bit better and a little bit more easy on the eye. So we've got our lovely rustic chairs and then like a dining table to go in with that. And as you can see, I've thrown them everywhere in this room, so I'm going to have to adjust those now. That's much better. I've got a couple of little Icarus statues, which I'm going to... I still want those on the bedside tables, but I just need to reorganise the bedroom sort of area just to make it look a little bit better. And then stick these sofas in front of the nice fireplace, and that should be it. I hope everyone's happy with their lovely new shack.
Alright. That's everything. You did it, and lived to tell the tale. Which is more than a lot of folk can say. Because they're dead. The assembly can be slow to trust people. But if you keep this up, you'll do well with them.
Okay, good stuff. That's all done. There's now only one thing I need to do here. After all my hard work, and that's to take everything with me, because this is definitely going into my base. Thank you very much. I hope everyone's enjoyed this episode of the Icarus Operations playthrough. We spent a little bit more time doing actual missions this time and less base building and anything else. Next episode we're going to look at taking a step back in time just slightly to have a look at what I did to extend the base and how that's coming along. We'll chuck a few missions in there as well, but I just wanted to do an episode on just the base build. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.